Good morning. Alright, so I played two games while I was recording, but the audio didn't come out. So I'm gonna play one more game and then we'll take it from there. Before I play that game, I'm gonna review the two games that I did play. So let's go to game history. So I was warming up against the Judith Pogar bot, the Queen of Chess one. Okay. Okay, so I open up with e4, and the bot's playing the Sicilian line. I don't know too much theory, but I played it like this. And right here, I was getting a little bit worried because my pawn's being unprotected over here. Once he eliminates my knight, so I just captured without really thinking too much. And the bot played pretty good until it started giving me pawns for no reason. So yeah, that was the warm up. It took like 10 minutes to beat this spot. And then the actual game that I played, let's go to game history again. I decided to play with increment. I don't think I even want to game review it because game review takes like a whole freaking minute to load. I played this with increment 10-5. And I was playing the Scotch opening. So right here, apparently, like, when I was game reviewing it the first time, it wants me to move my rook to the 7th rank over here. And that playing this was a mistake. And it kept telling me that like 2 or 3 turns, like that it wants that. But I thought the G file was good because I could put pressure on the king. Over here, it gives me a free knight because it didn't have anywhere to go. He could have just sacked it for this pawn, but he just tries to defend it with this pawn, which doesn't work. Because this rook is threatening the king if he captures, so he can't capture. And over here, like, I saw that he had like 5 seconds on the clock. So I just played fast and I was going to win his rook. But the more precise move would have been to take here. And if he captures, you can either checkmate like this. Let's go back. Or you can checkmate like this, and both would have been winning. But I didn't end up playing that. I just played this. Hold on, where are we at? Yeah, I played this. So it was still a pretty high accuracy game. It was like 88.8% when I reviewed it. Okay, so let's actually play a game. Well, this one loaded fast. Okay, I'm gonna play the perk defense. Or it's called Pierce defense. I'm mispronouncing it. But usually people would just say perk. have two chess.coms open right now. Let me get out of this one. I'm not sure why the other one was open. I think it was from the game review thing. Okay, so I can pin his knight, which I'm going to do. I'll take here. And I'll have to be careful. So I'm going to play c6. Because this pawn was going to be weak right here. If he pushed the pawn on e5. Huh. Okay, so I can't move the knight. Otherwise I fall into some weird, like, kind of a scholar's mate type thing. Or the fool's mate, whichever one, I'm not sure. So I can play e6 and I think that's fine. But he can pin my knight again. Huh. Let me think about this some more. Because he can pin over here. If he pushes the pawn on e5, I can take, then he recaptures with a pawn. So I think it's better to play it like this. But I'm worried if he plays g4 and just tries to... Like if he plays this pawn over here. Yeah, I definitely need the 5-second increment because I based on the other two games that I played, I was just playing slow. So right here, I'm worried about g4 if he plays that. He just goes for some attacking the knight, which is fine. I guess he's playing the castle queenside. So I'm not going to commit to castling kingside yet. I think I'm developing my queen over here. Throwing in this pawn and this pawn. Which I just might do. Okay, so if he castles queenside, maybe I should have played c7, queen c7 instead. So I could have pushed the pawns forward. Because I'm not really threatening anything when he castles queenside. Yeah, that's an issue. I can also castle queenside. I'm not sure what the strongest move here is. Do I want to castle queenside or do I want to castle kingside? I'm not sure what's going on. I still haven't castled. If my queen was on c7 over here, I could push these pawns and try to go for an attack. feels dangerous casting kingside if I did that. And this pawn's like undefended if I castle queenside. Okay, let's figure this out. Just develop his rook on the e file, which is smart. I wonder if that's a bad move, castling already to the king side. Because if he pushes this pawn, I'm forced to take, and my king's in the center, so I think I do need to castle here. Where's my knight going to? Yeah, I saw that coming, but like wasn't sure how to prevent it. So I can move my knight to e8, but that undevelops my piece. If I just take the pawn, he has to capture with his pawn. But where's my knight going? And then this pawn's falling, the one on e7. It's not looking good. So if I take, he recaptures. Alright, let's try it. I feel like I'm losing a pawn here. You can capture with knight or bishop. Yeah, I still need to move it. That's the only place to move it to. Yeah, this game looks losing for me. Okay, I have to recapture here. This gave me some counterplay because I can take the pawn and threaten his queen. So I think he should have captured the rook if I was my opponent. That's what I would have played. Unless I'm blundering something, which I could be. Material-wise, it's equal, but I'm not really sure who's winning. He has more time on the clock, so... I'm not sure where he's gonna move his queen to. I would imagine he wants to do a queen exchange. Which I could accept. Okay, what is this? What's happening here? I have a knight check over here. If he takes, I take the pawn. I think he has an escape square though, because he can just come here with the king. Am I losing here? I don't know what that queen move accomplishes. So if I move my knight to d3, he captures with pawn. He can't do that. He can capture with rook. I take. He moves here. I'm not sure. I feel like that's the winning move though. I go here with the knight. Then I take. But the rook is still defending. That's probably not winning. He's threatening to take my knight too. Because he can sack the rook here. Wait. I'm not sure. Not sure. If I take here, he captures with rook. I'm just throwing in one check. I think that's it. I don't see anything else. There's f6 here. But I'm not sure if that does anything. Well, no, there's not f6. He's defending over his bishop. Like, it's pinned. I'm not sure. I'm running out of time too. I'm not. I just need to make a move. Yeah, unfortunately. That's gonna suck if the D3 was the correct move here. Right now he's just gonna sack his rook for that knight. And I have to take it. I see this incoming with he's just gonna take my knight. He wins a knight and a bishop and I get his rook, but yeah, saw that. I only have 20 seconds, so I just have to play fast. This is impossible. Still 20 seconds on the clock. I take here. This is bad. I don't have time to think of good moves. I'm not sure if he's threatening anything either. What? He just gave me a free win? What's going on? That was defendable if you just push this pawn forward or... Yeah, I'm playing way too slow. 18 minutes and move 18 I spend more than like 15 minutes on that game. I'm gonna game review this real quick. That was a crazy game because I wasn't expecting him to just hang the mate. Yep, and game review taking like a whole minute just to load up. Yeah, we both played pretty poorly. 75 and 72. I made a big blunder on one move. Let me see. So this is fine. Well, I don't mind that because I was going to trade it off anyways. Let's see. Where did I blunder? Yeah, it did want me to play c7, which I think that was better because if he castles queenside here, I can just move my pawns up and start attacking. Castling kingside, you're losing a pawn this way. How am I losing a pawn? Okay, I saw that. Wait, but that's not what was played. Okay, doesn't matter. He captured with knight, which I saw that was a mistake too. Because he gave me counterplay with that knight move. This move loses material, so show follow up. Show follow up. Wait, what? It wants you to sack the queen there for a discovered attack. You get it back, but like That's 2 rooks versus a bishop. Oh yeah, he does lose a pawn exchange. I was so focused on d3 that I didn't have enough time to figure out that I could just play e6 there. I saw that he was going to do that rook sack. And then right here, he's just blundered. He didn't move his pawn up. I guess he didn't see. He just thought I was taking the pawn, not threatening mate. Yeah, that was a sloppy game. Like, I shouldn't have won that. Alright, well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Peace out.